Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Media Buff Guys, the podcast about anything and everything media related. I'm your host, Ed, and with me today is just Matt. Matt, say hello.
Yo, what's up?
So, for today's episode, we actually have a big show for today. We have a giveaway that we'll talk about in a little bit, plus some exciting news that we hope will help the show grow. So, with that being said, Matt, why don't you tell the listeners exactly how they can enter to win a chance to win two $10 gift cards from Target?
You just need to like, subscribe, and listen to the episode, and we'll have a questionnaire during the episode, and you just answer those questions, and as long as you get those answers right, you get the gift cards.
Awesome. Um, so, with that done, just tune in, and then if you if you hear the questionnaire, just answer in the comments below. We'll have the questions on Spotify as well as my YouTube channel, so you can just answer them then, and then we'll pick out a winner. Probably not next episode, but the episode after that, right?
Yes.
Cool. Now, as far as our exciting news, we'd like to take a moment to give a shout out to Maono Audio. They were nice enough to provide us with a new microphone to help us better record the podcast. So if you can hear me and Matt, we actually sound pretty well now. We don't sound super echoey like we're yelling
We
across
don't
the
sound
room.
like shit.
Now, Maono is one of the leading companies in budget-friendly mics and audio interfaces. They sell in over 153 countries, and they have a variety of items tailored to fit one's budget without breaking the bank. If you're listening to this episode on my YouTube channel, I will leave the link to their website in the description below, as well as to the microphone they provided. You can also find their products on Amazon, and I'll leave the link to that as well. Also, if you sign up for their website newsletter, you can actually get 10% off your first purchase. So definitely check that out. With that being said, let's go ahead and start the episode. Matt, why don't you go ahead and take it from here?
All right, well,
What are we talking about first? Like,
the
tell the
first
listeners
thing
what
we're
we're
going
talking
to
about.
talk about is a new song by a band called Imminence. The song is called Continuum. And the reason why we're going to go over this song real quick is because it's a brand new song released like either last Friday or the Friday before that. Quite, I quite don't remember when it was released, but it's the fourth single they released for their new album, which has been announced. It all I know is that that album is going to be coming out sometime this year, and it'll be their fifth studio album and the and I've been a fan of these guys for a while now, and this album is starting to shape out to be something that's really good. Like each single that has come out, I have been overly impressed with because it's like their old stuff is good. Like in my opinion, Eminence hasn't released a bad album. But with their older stuff, I definitely do have songs that I prefer over others. But this one is like I enjoy each song so far equally. So like Continuum, like it is the heaviest they've ever been.
Okay, and that's from what album?
Their newest one.
And what's the name of that album?
There's no name for it
Oh,
yet.
so it's just a
It
single for now.
is just the signal for now, but the fourth one, like I said,
Hmm.
and they just have a new album announcement, and also can't wait until April 24th because I'm gonna go see them live for the first time ever. This is their second time in America,
Oh, damn.
and this is their first full United States tour. Last year they came here to like test the waters, I would say, and they only did a East Coast tour.
Hmm.
But now they're doing the whole entire United States, which
Right.
is pretty awesome for an independent band all the way from Sweden.
Okay. Now, for anybody interested in any of the other singles, what are the other three singles they also released?
The other three signals would be Heaven Shall Burn, Desolation, and Death by a Thousand Cuts.
Okay.
And Heaven Shall Burn and Desolation,
Hmm.
those songs I thought were it
Okay.
was Eminence being their heaviest until Continuum came out. Death by a Thousand Cuts is a lot more softer in comparison. It's a little bit more akin to their work off of Heaven and Hiding and Turn the Light On.
Okay. If anybody's interested in listening to any of the songs, we'll go ahead and leave links to the band's Spotify page on the YouTube description. You can always check them out on Spotify. They're under Imminence, and their four singles are available there, so you can check them out as well as their previous album.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, they're
Well,
there if you want to check them out.
one thing I would say about this newest song by them is that it starts off so desolate and heavy,
Hmm.
but then like when you get to the chorus, it's just
It's
it,
very smooth.
it's very
Yeah,
smooth. It's it's haunting.
yeah, it
It's
is.
very haunting, especially with that violin.
Yeah. Now, yeah, for anybody who wants to check out the music video to the song Eminence, I'll go ahead and leave the link in the
It's a
description as
good
well.
music video.
It actually is. It does start out like Matt said, there's a little.
Like you get the sense of doom,
Hmm.
a pending doom,
Yeah.
okay? And then the chorus just like kind of sweeps you up in the
Hmm.
violin and the harmonies
Hmm.
with the vocals.
Yeah.
In the second verse, it shifts. They go back to being heavy, but it's not as desolate as the first
Yeah.
verse.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure. And
yeah,
yeah, definitely check out their music video. Listen to the song. It does resonate, and there are definitely parts that will probably sit well with you. And then, if you listen to the whole thing, you'll definitely have a better picture of who and what they are.
yeah. All I can say is with this newest song, there's a lot going on. I've only listened to it like a few times,
Hmm.
and I'm still finding things
In the
to
video or in the song.
in the song.
Hmm.
Like there's just so much going on. So at a later time, we'll do a breakdown of this song and probably of their new album.
Yeah, I mean, once it
Yeah,
releases, yeah,
once it
we can check it out.
releases.
Yeah,
And
I mean, yeah, keep that going. And if you've tuned into our other episodes, we're trying to do more music episodes, and Matt has taken it upon himself to be the spearhead in these kinds of episodes, as he's the music mogul in this current podcast. We'll definitely try to do more reviews on that as well, and then we'll probably check out other bands as well. And again, if you have any recommendations, you can always let us know in the comments below. You can reach us on Discord and let us know anything you would like us to talk about, including any music or songs or bands you would like us to check it out. And we'll see if we can do an episode on those. So, continuing, is there anything more you want to talk about the song, or you want to move on to the next part of the show?
well, like I said, there's a lot going on with this song.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to cover it real quick and give a shout out to Imminence because they are an amazing band. And I feel like they need to be more known.
Yeah.
And the reason is because of all the metal bands out there, they definitely have their own unique sound. You'll
Well,
hear the
considering that they have the lyricist is a violinist and he plays the violin as he's singing, that's actually pretty unique. So
hmm
yeah, you're not wrong in that department.
Yeah. So, like I said, there's a lot happening in this song. I need to listen to it like 100 times more to like really nitpick at it and
Yeah.
like get into the nooks and cranny, and then I'll get back to the audience
And let them know.
and let them know what's going
I mean,
on.
or you listeners can decide for yourself and just check out the song.
hmm
So,
But
um,
please do check out their other work, because even like if you're not like really into the super heavy stuff, they have songs that they just hit perfect, you
mhm.
know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So did you want to move on to the next part of the
Yeah,
show, or you want to go ahead and
we'll move on to the next
josh
part.
more about the song?
Nah, we can move on. So,
So, go.
okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is this is a two-parter for As the Structure Fails.
Yeah, and if you listen to our last was it our last? No, our episode to the last one before the gatekeeping one, we did a bit of a review on their latest album,
In vain.
In Vain. They're a band that Matt discovered, and with his new segment, he wanted to get the word out on them. So we're gonna go ahead and like cover a cover song that they just released, right?
Yes.
And then we're kind of Matt's kind of gonna do a bit of a deep dive on who they are, what they're about. Basically, just josh over them and why you guys should take a listen and check them out for yourself. So, go ahead, Matt. The song that they recently covered, what's it called?
My Curse, which is a cover from the great Killswitch Engage,
Mm-hmm.
the pioneers of modern metal from back in the day. With this cover, I was really impressed. Like with the dual vocals, because it's a two vocal group.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think that made things a little bit easier on them because with the original, which it's great, but Howard Jones, he was the only vocalist
Mm-hmm.
for Killswitch,
Yeah.
and he was the one going between the extreme vocals and the clean singing. Whereas the structure fails, they use that to their advantage. Which Carter, he did the clean parts, and his brother Kyle did
Mm-hmm.
all the extreme vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the way they started it,
Oof.
it was
That again, we'll leave the link to the song in the description
like
below.
the way they started
Oh
it.
my god.
It they started all
It's like
nice and soft,
delicious.
and then like as they build it up, you get like this little glitch sound.
Yes.
Which when I first heard that, it tripped me out a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm like, wait, are my speakers going bad or something?
That's
So
true, yeah.
I rewinded it, and I'm like, oh no, it's just part of the song.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once I got past that and everything came together, it just punches you in the face.
No, it
when
does.
they
It does.
start it off, like when
Mm-hmm.
they really kick it off with the opening verse.
Yeah. Speaking from a someone who's not into metal like as you and Omar are, oh my god. I think I listened to the song like 5 times, maybe more, and I kept going back from the original one and this one, and it's just so hard to decide which one's better. But I'm kind of edging it a little more to as the structure fails, and I hope Kill Switch Engage fans don't come after me. But oh my god, like if I can get this, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Gush about a song that's a cover. You guys should definitely check it out because it, like Matt was saying, that intro, that that soft guitar intro, because in the original one, it's a bit of a guitar riff.
I think they just instead of using chords,
Exactly, they just strum it. They strum it, but they
they
strum it
they
so beautifully.
they play more notes.
Exactly, but
Now, in the original, it kind of opens up the same way, where it's like
hmm
a little slow, but then it does get heavy.
hmm
But as the structure fills, got heavier.
hmm but somehow it came out a lot cleaner and clearer than Killswitch's version
Well,
or the original version.
Killswitch's version came out in what, early
No,
two
I'm not
thousands?
talking about audio quality. I'm talking about the way they were singing it. Like
Okay.
even though it was heavier, because I'm guessing it's Kyle who does the deeper, grungier one.
Well, and the cover,
Carter does the
Carter did
cleaner
the
ones.
clean. Yeah.
Yeah, and the when he starts on that first verse, his voice just like he has a really good voice, by the way. Like
Yeah. He's a
he
good
gave
baritone.
he is a good baritone, and it gave me Pod vibes. I don't know if you remember that band
POD,
POD.
yeah.
It gave me Pod vibes, and it also kind of made me want to watch wrestling as I was watching it. And, like the song like would work so perfectly in a WWE promo. Like just listen to the song, you guys.
For like
Like
a cage match.
exactly for someone like me who's not a huge metal fan and need to get this worked out about a cover song from a great band, by the way. Killswitch is a pretty good band, and they are, like Matt said, they're one of the
Pretty
metal
good.
pioneers
They're,
band.
they're phenomenal. Get your shit right, Ed.
In any case, definitely give them a listen. Again, we'll leave the link in the description below. You can check them out on Spotify. But keep going as far as the song goes, Matt. Like, what even inspired them to do a cover for this? Or
The
did they just
fans.
the fan? Oh, the fans asked him to.
Yeah.
Nice. There you
They're
go.
like Carter's like, well, we've gotten so many requests because like he released a video, like a reel on Instagram of him just bullshitting in the kitchen. Like he had like a like a cooking spoon or a whisk or something in his hand,
Right.
and he was just fucking around and just singing that song, and then like their social media blew up with the fans saying, "Hey, you guys gotta do a full cover."
Oh,
And then he's like, well, and he goes on to say, well, you guys really want this, and
ask and you shall
and
receive.
he goes, everyone who is into metal knows who Kill Switch is,
Hmm
and we're gonna be super honored to do this, and we're gonna give it our all. And they
They
did it.
clearly did, yeah. I kind of hope Killswitch Engage even checks out the song or listens to the song and puts in their 2 cents, like see what they say, simply because they really did do a fantastic job with this cover song. And I hope maybe they do other songs of theirs or maybe other cover songs of other bands because I would definitely check them out. And then if we do when we do another chat about cover songs episode, I know you're gonna probably pick that one.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, I have like for the part two of that, I already have my list like set up. I
That-
might have to include
that's how you
this
know.
one.
That's how you know Matt's the music guy in the group. Like he has his stuff like already ready. He has his ducks in a row. Did you want to keep talking about the cover song, or did you want to move on to the
Well,
next
I
segment?
pretty much said what I would like to say
Yeah.
about it, but I want to hear some more from you.
I kind of already did, and that's kind of all I have to say. But again, folks, listen to that song. It's a damn good cover. You're not gonna be disappointed, even if you're not a Killswitch Engage fan, and you've
Who
never even heard
isn't?
of it. You've never even heard of them, because there's people, Matt. We've been over this, and I swear you're gonna like it. Even if you're not into metal stuff or in the heavy stuff, there's just segments of the song that are just so that will resonate with you.
You know what I haven't found out, especially like watching like on Instagram. There's this guy who he tries to listen to different genres of music.
Hmm.
He'll spend like the day listening to like emo, pop, rap, R&B, country, whatever the case may be, right? And then he'll come back with his review and explain what he likes and what he doesn't like about it.
Right.
And I've noticed there's been like an uptake of that, and what a lot of people say is that they can do without the extreme vocals,
Hmm.
but like the music, like the instruments, the way they play their instruments, a lot of people do enjoy that.
Oh yeah, and a lot of songs, even if you don't like the song, some songs have really good rhythm and beats, and it sounds really nice,
Hmm.
and their instrumentals are usually on point. But again, this cover song, you guys definitely check it out. I don't think you will be disappointed unless you're dead inside, I guess. But yeah, let's go
I
ahead and
hate
move.
everything.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next part of this segment, and then kind of just we're gonna talk about exactly of who the structure fell is. Kind of give you I guess Matt will give you a small biography on who they are,
Yeah, it
and
took a
then
lot of effort.
yeah, apparently they're not that well known, and they're not that
They're an independent
yeah, and
band.
they're not. They don't even have a wiki, you guys. Like uh, that's 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 how up and coming they are. But obviously they stood out to Matt, so that's why we're doing a segment like this, so you guys can get to better know who they are, and not think that we're just trying to like do some, cheap plug-in. So maybe they'll like be on our show, although we wouldn't mind that.
I'm all for cheap plugins to get bands on the show.
No, but this comes from a good
we're,
place,
we're
like
being
yeah,
genuine.
we're being 100% genuine. And again, coming from someone who isn't that into metal, that should have a little more what's the word? It should carry a little
Uh,
more weight,
yeah.
because if I can listen to the band and think and find some good songs, and they do have some good songs, and we'll talk about them in a little bit. But go ahead and just kind of like go from here, Matt, and kind of just tell the story of as the structure
Okay,
fails.
so for the band As the Structure Fails, it's a metalcore band from Stove, Stove, how do you say that?
Stoutville,
Ontario,
Ontario, Canada.
Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So they were founded in 2009 with the lineup being Shane Morrison, the former vocalist, Steve
Zaijko.
Zysko, former guitar, and Connor Lepp, former bassist. And then you have Mac Weidman, current guitarist, Brian Gosling, not Ryan, Brian Gosling.
No relation to him, because
Uh,
he's Ryan's Canadian too.
I don't have any information on
I
that,
might have
so
to
I
look
can
into
neither
that.
confirm nor deny.
If anyone can look into that and let us know in the comments, because I'm curious now. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna check that out.
he's the other guitarist, and then you got Kyle Clerk, their drummer, and then the two vocalists, as we mentioned, are Carter and Kyle Laird.
Layered, yeah.
Laird, and they joined. Those two joined around 2013, 2014 as the vocalists. The brothers were in a band beforehand called For the Butcher.
Damn.
Yeah. Uh, According to Kyle, it was just like a high school band that just kind of were that they were just touring with. Like they kind of were starting to gain traction just like a little bit. But they've been friends with like Mac, Brian, and the other Kyle. So and then yeah, they were friends and they toured with them. And so and with the opening and closing of certain positions, that's when Kyle and Carter joined. In like yeah, in 2013, 2014. And then in 2013, Alpac Attack was their first album release on November 15th, 2013.
And that's with Kyle and
No, that's Kyle and Carter were not in the band
okay,
yet.
so this is with Shane Morrison then.
Yes, and the reason why I know that is because when I looked up this album, Shane was the sound or recording engineer.
Oh, you know what? I think you could tell that it was a different singer in that one because I
Yeah,
did recently listen to the first album, and he definitely, yeah, I mean, he definitely doesn't sound anything like these guys
like
now.
the brothers.
Hmm.
Yeah, which speaking of that album, it was a pretty good album for the band. Like starting out, like being like a traditional
Metalcore,
metalcore
yeah.
band or sound.
I could definitely say that it was a definite metalcore album. Not gonna lie, it didn't hit with me that well. I did like one song though, and it was called "Pure Devastation."
That's a good one.
It is, and honestly, part of the reason that I liked it is and it stood out is because you used that song for one of the highlight reels we did on one of our Gundam
G Evil.
Evolution videos, and you guys can check that out on my YouTube channel if you want. The other song that kind of stood out to me was Degeneration, but that's only because it kind of made me think of Degeneration X from wrestling. I'm a pretty big wrestling fan in case you guys haven't noticed. So, but yeah, but Pure Devastation was definitely a funny song, especially near the end. Was like pure devastation, and he just whispers it out. It was definitely a funny song, but it
Right.
definitely that's probably the only one that kind of hit with me. The other ones, I mean, it's a little too much
E-
growling for my taste.
Extreme vocals.
Yeah, although Fly Caught in a Mousetrap was okay.
That's another one I really like off of that album.
Yeah, that was I like the pace on that one. I like that they kind of went a little lower in this one. But other than that, that one and Pure Devastation was definitely the one I liked in this one.
All right. And then, so after that album was released, shortly after the band had to put everything on hold to support Clark, who had to undergo multiple brain surgeries.
Oh damn,
Yeah,
really?
he had a life-threatening diagnosis called adv. I can't pronounce that.
At Artiv oh my god. Artervenous malformation.
Yeah,
Jesus
which
Christ, that is a mouthful.
yeah, I'm not exactly 100% sure of what that disease is.
Let's
Like,
look it up.
yeah, you do the research. I'll continue
That's the
this.
beauty of
Laptops
laptops nowadays,
and
folks.
Google.
We don't have to
Yeah.
stop on the fly. So basically, artervenous malformation or AVMs
Mm-hmm.
happens when a group of blood vessels in your body form incorrectly. So that's kind of how a blood clot can form. So
Uh,
let's say two veins kind of connect to each other and they get tangled. That's kind of what happens, and those
okay.
veins can get
Yeah.
since they're not blood isn't flowing correctly, it can cause a blood clot, and that actually that's kind of a way you can get an aneurysm. Apparently, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Did he survive?
Yeah, it says what she's been battling since he was a child. In 2016, Clark made a full recovery. And the thing
Wow.
about the band putting everything on hold to support him,
Hey, that just shows
like,
solidarity right there.
yeah, they've always considered themselves best friends and family, and that really goes to show. That's what this band is about. They're about family.
Hmm.
And which, most bands are. But then again, sometimes you'll get people who are just like, well, you're going to be replaced.
True. And then you have the ones that like their popularity starts to get higher than their bandmates, so they kind of break away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like another example of this is that the lead guitarist to Ice Nine Kills, he got like a lymph node cancer of sorts.
Jeez.
And then when he thought everything was over, when he called Spencer,
Mhm.
but like Spencer told him, who's their vocalist, Spencer told him, he's like, dude, you've been with us for like ever. Um, yeah, we're gonna have to go and finish this tour and everything else, but you get better. If there's anything you need, you know we're here for you, and your spot is still, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. No, that's always nice to see with bandmates or just anybody who works together
Mm-hmm.
in general. But go ahead, keep going, man. Tell the
Yeah.
rest of this
Um,
theory.
and then in 2018, the band released their self-titled album, collaborating with Brooke Reeves of Impending Doom on the song "Purgatory." The album focuses on topics such as damaged relationships. That's the song that really drew me to them
Yeah,
because
from their 2018 album.
yeah,
Yeah, that's their self-titled one.
yeah.
The one Matt's talking about is called Under Desire. It's like,
No, it's just their self-titled. But I'm talking about the song because during that time when I listened to that song, I was going through a breakup myself,
mhm.
and that song just it perfectly spelled out everything that there was. It wasn't ending because of anything like bad or anything. It was just something that was ending. But it's about two people caring about each other and then like growing apart.
Oh, okay. But
And so like, that song really hit home for me because of that time.
yeah,
And then the album also talks about addiction, and the song that focuses on that is called "The Fix."
yeah. That's the sixth track on the album.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then also talks about the immoral habits of our culture,
Mhm.
which is like which any other metal band tends to sing about,
Yeah.
or make.
So I've noticed.
Yeah, like with metal, like there can be like a lot of negative,
Depressing.
depressing stuff.
Not gonna lie. Every time I hear a song, I always wonder, like because whenever I've listened to one of the songs you guys have told me about, I think to myself, I'm like, did you ever wonder that maybe like people get depressed because they listen to their songs?
Actually, it has the opposite effect.
No, no, you guys have gone on record to say that even though the song can be insanely depressing, it lifts your spirits up because
You can
the
relate to
you
it
can
super
relate to
well.
it, and then on top of that, 90% of the time, there's a hidden message in the song that
Hmm.
shines a glimmer of hope.
And the thing about like metalcore specifically, it is about adversity and standing up to adversity.
No, yeah, you can tell, and if anybody's listened to any of their songs or the albums, you can definitely tell. Undesired is definitely one track. Honestly, the first three tracks on the second album, As the Structure Fell, were the ones that I really liked. King of Deception, another funny song. Definitely check it out. But Undesired and Your Sightless Eyes, those were like really, really sad songs, but they do have like a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? They do kind of give a glimmer of hope as they're singing it. And again, the baritone vocalist, Clark, is it Clark or
Carter.
Carter? Dude, his voice, I can't get over his voice. Like I may have a bit of a man crush on him just because he just has this commanding voice, and I definitely want to hear more songs with him kind of taking the lead in the song. And then the thing also like about this particular album, you can definitely see the transitioning from who they were to who they are now. But I'm guessing it's because they took over as the lead singers.
That, and also like another thing too is that Carter, when Carter was in For the Butcher, he was a guitarist
Hmm.
for that band, and Kyle was just doing vocals. But Kyle also knows how to play drums. So the way as the structure fails works now is that considering everyone's like multi, uh,
Talented.
yeah, talented. Uh, everyone like incorporates like with the songwriting.
No, yeah, because
So you're so like with everyone putting in their ideas and things like
hmm
that, everyone can work on the song together and give you a and like give you a good solid song versus the one guy like which is usually the lead singer of the band,
hmm
you know, taking on the whole responsibility
yeah,
of
writing the song
writing the
and the
song.
melody.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense, especially because every song has three parts. It's the lyrics, the melody, and the beat. And when each those are split in three, and everybody takes over that one, it can clash
Hmm.
because it either doesn't flow well, or again, it clashes. But I'm guessing since these guys all can do basically what the other one can, they can come together more fluidly simply because they all know what the other one is doing and they can synchronize with them,
Yeah.
which is definitely reminiscent in the songs. And yeah, definitely check it out. The second album is called As the Structure Fails.
Oh,
It was their 2018 release, and I think it's like 8 tracks or 7 tracks.
yeah.
But definitely one of more favorite ones that I liked. And like I was saying, it definitely you could definitely see the transitioning from how the band started and then what they are now. Um, I know you say you're not a huge fan of you prefer the first album to the third one.
Well, I prefer the first two to
Mm-hmm.
the third one. That's not to say the third one is bad, but I do I like certain aspects of the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the song with the title track of In Vain.
That's a very good song.
Like that opening guitar riff with
That
with
weird
that
tone, yeah.
well, yeah, it's a little bit more of a prog metal
Mm-hmm.
type of style lick that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And like I would like to see more of that. I don't mind a band, trying a new and different sound.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said before, like with what was it called? Their song
Alpaca talk. Alpaca
no
talk.
oh, Back Down.
Oh, back down.
It had a lot more new metal elements in it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Back Down.
I mean,
Like that's the one I least like in that album. Uh, I definitely my favorite one in that one is actually on the Edge. That's my favorite one from that one. But In Vain is a close second. After that, I like The Surface, but I like The Surface only because it reminds me of the theme menu from Dragon Ball Fighters. If you can take a listen to it and then even have the song the game playing in the background, and you'll get it.
I, I'm gonna have to.
It's near the bridge part where they're just doing the guitar riff.
I'm gonna
Uh,
have to do that
but yeah,
because
Back Down, I did not like that one that
well,
much.
it's because it's like what I said before in the previous episode about these guys, about that album, is that when
Yeah.
it comes to like new metal, only a few people get that right. And Linkin
Mhm.
Park was one of them.
Yeah.
Where because it's four components, where it's the inks, the rap, and then the rapping DJ stuff,
Mhm.
and then the soft stuff.
Yeah. And then you have the orchestratal that they add.
Well, no, no. Well, I combined two of them, which would
Ah,
be
okay.
the DJ part, and then the rapper. So it's
Okay.
the rapper, DJ, the inks, which is what Chester did, all the
Mhm.
screaming, vocals and shit like that, and then like the alternative sound,
Yeah.
and you gotta blend all four parts perfectly in order for it to really work. And so like you get a lot of new metal bands out there where it doesn't blend well, where like one thing overtakes something else, right? And that's why I've never really been a fan of new metal. There's certain new metal bands that I like because they get it or they do a few things better than something else and they're self-aware, so they're able to, get that uh, produce something good at least.
Yeah, but no, but In Vain is definitely I would say it's a good album to introduce people to the band
Yeah.
simply because it has a little bit of again who they were and who they are now. Their second album is definitely a good transitioning point, but you can see who they are now in their third album and what they're kind of going for. The songs are pretty good. There's one called All the Weight.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one all the way up until the middle part. Then it kind of, I feel like it shifts the tone.
Yeah.
And I feel like they should have just kept it with that same tone, and then it probably would have been fine. And then the final mistake, which is one of their other songs, that one I just like the intro, but that was it. The Promise definitely is like my third favorite one in that one, but and then the Forgotten, that's my fourth one. But other than that, On the Edge and In Vain are two like phenomenal songs, especially
Right.
the chorus of In Vain, like you who I am and who I will be. Who is you who I forget the
All right,
lyrics.
stop scaring our audience with your horrible singing.
It's your rejected.
All right, but now back to what I was saying. And then in January 12th of 2020, the band released their hit song, "The Surface," which be which came to be known as hillbilly metal or copcore.
Yeah, well, Matt sent us the music video
The
to that
music
one. It's
video is
definitely
pretty
hillbilly.
hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
But like I saw someone post a thing that said if Alabama was a metal band.
I saw that comment too.
Here's the thing, people. Okay, unironically and ironically at the same time, there is a metal band from Alabama. They're called Era.
Okay, well they
Yeah,
can check that.
it still trips me out that that there's a metal band from fucking Alabama. But music of any genre can pop up anywhere.
That's true.
But it's still just like so out of left field to me.
Hmm.
Anyways, um, so and then they would release Back Down in April 29th, 22, calling it Daycare Metal, which they had like their whole music video. They're in like kids' clothes, and
It was a little
it
weird.
was a
It
little
was a little
weird,
weird.
but
I think they were
we
trying something new.
they were and same thing with All the Way. They dubbed it as sleep metal.
Hmm.
And the whole reason why that this is going on is because the band has decided to come up with music videos where it's not cohesive with the sound of the song.
I mean,
They're doing it to
throw
as
people off. Yeah.
yeah, and as like a gimmick, cause like in the music video, All the Way, it shows them all asleep. And you would think that they all get up at the end, but they don't. They just look like they're sleeping throughout the whole music video. And
Right.
and they dubbed it as like the worst metal music video of all time or of the year or something like that. And
Okay.
it's all done on purpose. It's them trying to, which I think it's working. It's being creative, getting
Hmm.
people to talk about it, and it's a different approach to things.
I mean, it's always cool when you can poke fun of yourself,
Hmm.
and they clearly can do that.
And then, yeah, when they released the album In Vain, that was in October of 2023.
Hmm.
And then the title track to their latest album is a very personal song for them, and it shows a lot more of their vulnerable side.
No, yeah, you can definitely tell in the chorus.
Hmm.
Um, it says, "Who I am and who I'll be. It's you who neglected me." So I don't know where that's pertaining to, but obviously there's some pain in there,
Yeah, I tried to
and
look up the meaning of the song.
even the breakdown says even it was all in vain, and then they do the chorus or the riff or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I tried to look up a lot more information of the song, but like,
Honestly, I don't know why it gave me abandonment issues vibes. Like maybe their parents abandoned them.
hmm
That's kind of
or
where I was
someone
going,
important in
or
their
someone
life.
important walked out on them, which is
Or it could be talking about like they lost a friend or family
that's
member,
it.
and this is their like grievance of that.
True. I mean, that's the cool thing about music. It's always up to interpretation. Only the
Hmm.
artists themselves know. And even some artists have gone up to say, "It's like I wrote this song for you, so you can
interpret it.
interpret it however you like. I think
Yeah, like
Nirvana
the
is one of
Eagles
them. The Eagles have done that.
with Hotel
Yep.
California.
Freaking the Beatles have done that.
Hmm.
I think Red Hot Chili Peppers have done that. They've done songs that they've written specifically for their fans. Regardless, the song definitely carries some pain in there, but it's still a good song, especially the chorus part. And again, check it out on Spotify. Check out the other albums, and decide for yourself and let us know in the comments. Is there any more you wanted to add, Matt, or you want to kind of like wrap it up right here?
Aside from the fact that like you said, like their transitions into
Mm-hmm.
what they're becoming. Um,
Are you kind of liking that? Or you kind of wish they would do a little more from the first album, or maybe
I
from the second album?
I would like to see a balance,
Mm-hmm.
like um, like because there because there's bands that change their sound and it doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
And but then there's bands that have the same sound for decades and it can become stagnant, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're like Lamb of God, you've had the same sound for like since day one, but it works for you. You know what I mean? But even with having your signature sound, I should say, there's bands that can get creative and drop in new and different things. So that's what I'd like to see. I would like to see a balance of that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like give us some good, hard to the punch in the face type of songs, like off of the first two albums,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, play around with some other things,
Mm-hmm.
but uh just just be me being me. Avoid new metal. Anything else but new metal.
Right. Personally, I would like to see them do more, like you said, a balance more between the second album and the first album. I wouldn't mind hearing them do more cover songs. Uh, Maybe to other hit known metal bands or even rock bands.
I
Uh,
would say spring. That was a little loud.
Sparingly, yeah, sparingly.
I would say
Um,
sprinkle in
yeah,
covers.
but I definitely want to hear more songs with Carter.
Do you want him to be like doing just clean vocals or extreme?
I wanted to serenade me.
Hey, there's a couple vocalists out there where you're just like, yeah, like
they
check out Dayseeker.
okay.
That dude, I believe his
No, I mean the
I
lead singer from Disturbed, his like voice is just like, oof.
yeah, well, he's not as David is he's good, but
Yeah.
like I'm telling you, check out
Mhm.
Dayseeker and like Rory, he can sing circles just around just about anybody.
Mhm. No, yeah, there's just some guys out there that their voices just
Same thing
resonate.
same thing with Eddie from Imminence. Like
Um, it's okay. Like, for instance, oh my god, forget his name. Mark from Linkin Park. His voice is also pretty good. Uh, but yeah, there's just some guys out there whose voice definitely carry a big bravado. Is there anything else you wanted to add, or you want to go ahead and just kind of wrap it up there?
well, the only thing I would like to add is obviously check out the band and as far as like Ed said about me doing the music stuff, if you just want to hit me up on my Instagram or
Mm-hmm.
on the
Discord.
Discord, preferably the Discord.
Yeah, you can check us out there.
Um,
You can message us there. I check it every day. So.
I am trying to find bands that are up and coming mostly
Mm-hmm.
to give them more awareness.
Exactly. Yeah. Spread
And
the word.
I'm open to all genres, but I will be very upfront and honest with you if I like it or if I don't like it, or if it's just it's not my bag of tea, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want us to sit here and be like, hey, check these guys out or gals or whomever the case may be, be more than happy to do that.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So now before we wrap things up, as we mentioned earlier in the episode, we do have a giveaway coming up. It is two $10 gift cards to Target. Matt is gonna go ahead and kind of take it from there. So Matt, what besides liking, subscribing on our Spotify and my YouTube channel, what do the listeners have to do to enter to win?
Okay, so just gotta answer three simple questions relating to the episode. First question is, where is As the Structure Fails from?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Question number two, what year did their first album come out?
Mm-hmm.
And question number three, where is Imminence from?
Okay. So there you have it, folks. If you're watching on my YouTube channel, leave the answers in the comments. I'll go ahead and do a multiple question option on the Spotify one. And all you have to do is pick the three correct answers, and then that'll enter your chance to win as well.
Wait, multiple choice?
You can't leave comments on the Spotify, which is
Oh,
kind of lame if you think about
that's
it. I know it's only polls. It's only polls.
that's that's
Yeah,
dumb.
I know.
Fucking Spotify.
I know. Honestly, if you can just do, if you want to do it just on my YouTube channel, that would probably be the best bet. But definitely give us a follow on Spotify and subscribe to my channel. We're now uploading episodes every other Sunday. So at the time of recording this episode, it's the 13th, and then it'll air on on the 18th. And then that's pretty much our show for today. Thank you to those who tuned in. If you're listening on Spotify, remember to like and follow. If you're listening to us on my YouTube channel, hit that like button and subscribe, as well as comment below and let us know what you think on today's episode. You can also reach us on Discord at the Media Buff Guys, or you can also follow us on Instagram. We'll go ahead and leave a link to our pages on the channel, on the website, on the episode's description below on my YouTube. Definitely start a conversation for us. You know, we're open to ideas, and we're definitely would like to, talk to whoever's listening out there, and hopefully
Notice us.
notice me. No. Well, with that being said, thank you again for tuning in, and that will be it for tonight. Matt, why don't you just say, hey, goodbye?
Do I have to?
I mean, that's
All
kind of
right,
how it
fine.
shows.
Bye. Have a good time.
Bye bye. Have a good time.